Hey, you guys. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Dawn, LA edition. Today I have a special guest, Mr. Jason Dees, big time music producer.
Big time. I'm trying to get there.
You trying to get there? So, how you feeling?
I'm good. Today is a good day. It's Friday.
Yeah, it is Friday.
The sun is not out today though.
I know. I was hoping. I didn't get. I was hoping for the whole sunny LA.
Yeah, we didn't get that.
And
today.
it didn't get that. And then it's supposed to rain tomorrow.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow.
Oh, and then I go back home Sunday.
Oh yeah, so you might not get no sunshine.
I'm not getting no sunshine.
That's all
good.
That's all good.
No.
Y'all got plenty of it out there though. So you be able to bathe in it when you get back.
Not really. In
Not
Houston,
really?
no.
No. Oh, you in Houston?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear it's live down there.
The nightlife is.
Yeah, that's cool.
But
That's cool.
I don't go out.
That's cool. We getting older, so
I'm too old for
we gotta chill.
I'm too old. Yeah,
we gotta relax.
I look forward to going home, getting in my bed.
Yeah,
with some ice cream and Netflix.
Yeah, that's me too.
I look forward to that.
Yeah.
I look forward. I get
up.
excited about that.
That's what's up.
I'm just saying.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm just saying.
Simple life.
The simple life,
Simple
yes.
life. Yeah, ice cream and
baby, listen, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it. Thanks for having me, though.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thanks
for coming. So we're going to jump right into it.
Let's do it.
You are a music producer. How'd you get into music, first of all?
Well, it goes way back. As a child, I was raised in a church.
Okay.
So my family... Everyone in my family is pretty much musical, whether they're singing or playing instruments. So I kind of grew up around it. You know, my grandfather played piano.
Okay.
My uncles played drums. My dad played like brass instruments. So my aunties sung.
So it was a given. You did something.
Yeah, I just grew up in it. And I think by the age of maybe 6, I was like, I want to get into it. So
really? That's
playing.
early.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you're around it, you just kind of, I just tampered around, started on the drums, and then it just kind of developed from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you feel like you wanted to really take it serious and pursue it?
That's about maybe about 16. I was at Morningside.
Okay.
The funny story, the band teacher there, Mr. Hall. I don't know if you...
I remember Mr. Hall.
Yeah, Mr. Hall.
I remember.
Yeah, Mr. Hall. Shout out to Mr. Hall if you watch it.
I remember Mr. Hall.
Yeah,
okay.
He kind of put me on, you know. He kicked me out my 9th grade year, right? Because he put me on an instrument I didn't want to play. I knew how to play the drums, so I wanted to play the drums.
Right.
He didn't put me on the drums. He put me on a trumpet. I didn't want to play it. So he kicked me out. I started disturbing the class because I wasn't interested in playing the horn. So he kicked me out. I came back the next year. I had developed a little bit on the piano.
Oh, okay.
So he heard it. He invited me back into his class. So around that time, I was like really getting serious. I wanted to go to school for it.
Okay.
And I wanted to learn more about it. And he took me on as his own personal student.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope.
Gave me the interest, but as far as really getting into it, as far as a career, that was like after I graduated, like 18 years old.
Oh, okay.
I knew what I wanted to do. I was like, I want to produce, I want to travel the world, I want to write songs, and that was like my passion.
Okay, so during your teenage years, your high school years, you grew up in Inglewood, like me. We both went to Morningside.
Inglewood,
baby. Inglewood is where it's. Listen, if y'all don't know, y'all need to know.
Yeah,
baby. Inglewood produced greatness.
Come on now.
Greatness.
Come on now.
Okay.
Come on now.
They know.
And we here today.
We
still representing.
We still here.
Yeah.
How did you growing up in Inglewood and going? Because Morningside.
Tell me about it.
Morningside, we had some situations.
Yeah, we had
some situations.
Yeah.
So how did you not let the things going on around you like swallow you up? Like how did you circum the effects of the environment that you were in?
Well, you know, being in that environment, you kind of want to participate. You know, as a kid, you kind of want to, you know, just hang out with your homies and go to the parties and, you know, just be bad a little bit, be a little rebellious. So I tried it. I dibbled and dabbled into the gangs and everything that comes with that, all the activities that come with that. I tried it, but it was something about the music that kept putting up a block, you know.
Okay.
You can't,
that's
you
what,
know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I you know, I have to say too, the guys that were around me, they kind of saw the potential, so they would always drag me back to the music. You know? So you had guys that probably gangbang, but they rapped. So it was like when it was time to rap, they get Jay, you know, I'd be on the tables and all that. So it was kind of a fair situation for me because even being in that environment, I was still able to be myself,
right,
and just kind of, you know, hang on to the gift that I have and just kind of develop while in that environment. You know what I'm saying? So it was really just a passion. Really, at the end of the day, the passion, because when I was done with the streets, I go home and I practice. You know. I'm practicing all day. It was summers that would go by. I wouldn't even hang out. I wouldn't go outside. I'd tell my mom, I'm not here, you know.
Oh, wow.
And I'll just be in my garage practicing. So it was a commitment thing.
So, yeah, and you had a strong will.
Yeah, definitely.
You had
at
a
young
strong
age,
will.
I kind of
That's
figured,
good.
Yeah, I kind of figured out I don't really want to follow the crowd. I want to do my own thing. I want to be my own person. And
that's the key.
And, you know, I had the vision, too. So
that's the key.
It was...
And you had the support.
Yeah, and I had the support.
You had the support.
Whether it was from family or from friends and even from my teachers at school. So I couldn't get away from it, you know, even when the streets or the girls.
You should be so grateful.
I am. It made it more of a purpose for me. You know, I couldn't get away from it. You know what I'm saying? So even when I tried, I just couldn't get away. You know.
Hold on. Lord have mercy. I don't know what it is. No.
You need some of that good pH water. Drinking on that tap water. No, this is some.
I got some gum.
You gonna edit that up?
I have gum. Yeah.
You need some more.
Okay.
I like that accent, though. You need some more. Some more.
Okay, so yeah, that's good. You had a strong will. You had the support because a lot of people fall victim to their environment, and
I've seen it.
Of course,
yeah,
we both.
That was another reason too. It was
we
like,
both.
I don't want to fall by the wayside like that. You know.
Yeah, that's not a good.
With a gift like this, you know. And I've had friends that were very gifted in sports, education, and somehow, someway they got lost in the sauce. So that was always a thing for me. Like I don't want that life. You know what I'm saying? I want to kind of go forward with what I have. You know, see where it takes me.
So, who are some artists that inspired you growing up?
Growing up, it's a whole plethora of them. But I will say this, as far as like my style of music, the kind of music that I'm into, I do like funk music. So if we can go back, talking about like James Brown, Prince, Parliament, Roger Zapp, and if we're talking about hip hop, we're talking about Tupac. I even go back to Run DMC, LL Cool J.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And then we were talking about, say, R&B or something like that. D'Angelo was a big inspiration for me. Just his sound, his unique style. You know?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I used to love me some
D'Angelo. Oh, my God. That Brown Sugar Baby.
I used to love
when he first came out with that. Yeah.
D'Angelo, I wish she was still around.
You know what?
I wish he was still around.
It's something about the greats. They just, they kind of knock it out the park, and then they disappear.
And then they disappear. They fall off.
Yeah.
They fall off.
Artists like that. Marvin Gaye. That's another one that I can just sit back and listen to his records. I would just study the music.
Really? Study
the tones of the voices and kind of incorporate it into my stuff. But, different artists like that.
What are some of the struggles that you, or like, I guess in the beginning, trying to develop a name for yourself, trying to get your music out there, to get it in front of people, the right people. What were some of the challenges you faced?
Sadly, some of my friends, the people in my environment, the people in my circle, they have a way of pulling on you when you start to move forward.
Yeah,
pulling you back. Like they get a little nervous or feel a little threatened. But that was probably the main struggle, and just learning the business, learning, filling out the business, and really having an idea of which direction I really want to move in. As I was starting, I just wanted to get on. I just wanted to play. I just wanted to. So I wasn't tripping off the money. I wasn't tripping off the paperwork and all of that. That didn't come until like mid-20s. Once I had my daughter, I was like, okay, I got to take this serious because I got to feed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just me anymore. So, but some of those struggles, it taught me a lot, because then I was able to capitalize a little bit later on in life.
Right.
Just learning the business, learning who my friends really are, and learning how to gain that support properly without, stepping on anybody's toes or making someone feel little than me. Because sometimes with our talents, we tend to think we're better than everyone else. And I always had this thing, I want to take everybody.
Everybody can't take everybody. Everybody can't go.
Yeah. So those are the few struggles. Once I start kind of like, all right, I got to do this by myself, but I'm going to come back, and we going to, things started, panning out a little bit better for me.
So, I see you work with Tamika Scott.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
You work with Method Man.
Yes, ma'am.
You did some stuff for Chris Brown too, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say I did something for Chris Brown, but I have a YouTube channel where I'm doing remixes of a lot of older songs, and I'm just presenting, just displaying my production.
Okay.
So you'll hear like sensational, but it'll be my music behind it.
Okay.
Not saying that the original is whack, but I just like to give people a little something different.
Right.
I come from, when we was coming up, we would have the original songs, and we have the remix, and then we had a remix. So I'm from that era. So what I do on my platform, I just take old songs, take the vocals, acapella, and I incorporate my music on top, just to display,
your style,
my style, and what I hear.
Who was the first big name person you worked with?
Wow, you taking me way back.
Is that
Snoop,
many?
Snoop.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Done some work with Snoop.
Done some work with Snoop. California Living. If anybody want to look for it, it's called California Living.
California Living.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a track that I did. For another company. It wasn't my company. It was just some work. I got hired for some work.
Okay.
And it panned out for me. So he was one of he was my first.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Who do you want to work with?
Everybody. Look,
everybody.
I want to work with everybody. It's everybody. You know what? Because I have I like to dibble and dabble in different genres. There's a lot. I would like to work with D'Angelo, since we were talking about pretty much everybody that I was talking about. There was a time, though, when I was in the studio, and I was doing some work for Death Row at that time.
Okay.
And I was in the studio. I don't know if you know Big Y.
I know Big Y. I was going to ask you if you worked with Big Y.
Yes, before. I have. Yeah.
Big Y, R.I.P.
And we can get R.I.P. Big Y.
Yeah.
Great artist.
Yes,
he taught me a lot too.
He was.
But he took me in at about 19.
Okay.
And he brought me around that environment with Death Row when they first got on with Death Row. And we're in the studio, and we the first ones in there. Nobody's in there. I think it was I don't even think the engineer was there, but we were there. And it was just me and Big Y. I think, I don't know if you know Bolo.
I know, yes.
Bolo, I know Bolo. Yeah, we were all in there. And then who walks in? Tupac.
Really?
He's like, he walks in, he's like, who got the weed? Who got the weed? He's trying to find some weed. And so we chopped it up for a little bit, and he said he'll jump on Tupac might have been the first one, though. He jumped on a hook that we had, a song that we had. He did the chorus for us, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
But I wanted to go in his studio
and
work with him and leave the homies.
Yeah,
I was like, I want to go with Pac. I just want to go with Pac right now, but that was and that was right when he got signed with Death Row, when he first got out of jail. So he was still in that outfit from the video, that same outfit. And I was starstruck. I'm not gonna lie, I don't get starstruck, but when I saw Pac, he walked in, a very cool dude, walked in, and
I believe it.
And we just kind of went back and forth on working together, and awesome experience that was. Though.
I bet.
Awesome experience. Yeah.
Snoop is cool too. Snoop is cool.
He's cool as heck.
I could literally sit like you, sit and talk.
Yeah.
I did like a background set with him for you heard the show Monk.
Yeah.
So I did a back. So, I was like in the VIP section of the club on the stage, and it was him and
what's the rapper?
Yeah, what's the dude
Corrupt.
from Dog Pound? Corrupt. It was him and Corrupt. And they was on stage performing, and it was just so cool. And he was joking, like we had to cut like 55 times in an hour because he was joking, and he was just so like he is so cool.
He's very down to earth.
Like he
very
is
down
so
to
cool.
earth. It's funny because when I recorded with him, he suggested that we come to his house. So I'm like, oh wow, I'm about to go to Snoop Dogg house.
Right.
This is before the internet too, so. Even if we had the internet, I wouldn't went. I wouldn't even did it. But he was so cool. He invited us over. I think it was at his condo somewhere in Hollywood. Yeah. And real cool dude. He was playing video games.
He's funny too.
Very funny.
He's funny.
Dude is funny. Dude is hilarious.
He's funny.
But he's very cool. Very down to earth.
Very cool. Yes.
He knows about the LA life and all of that. So when you run into him as for me, a young producer. He's gonna treat you like like you worth something. So and we got along very well, and that's how I was able to even get on with him.
It was
that's
cool.
That's
interesting.
Cool. Yeah, it was super cool.
So all right, what you have any projects you working on now?
Right now, yes, I do. I have an artist I have my own label now.
Oh, okay.
Just kicked off my own label.
What is it called?
It's called A76 Production. It's really just a production company, but I'm developing artists, putting them out, and I have a couple of artists. One by the name of Cruddy Crew Pablo. I don't know if you might have seen it on my social media. He's from North Carolina. He's doing big numbers. Shout out Pablo. He's doing big numbers. Real cool dude from the South. I do have my project, which is called the Jays. It's me and my longtime friend, Mr. Jazz. Shout out Mr. Jazz. So it's Jason and Jazz, so we call it the Jays.
Okay.
And we just dropped our second single last November.
Okay.
So it's on all streaming platforms.
Okay,
cool. And then I do a little gospel. I dibble and dabble in gospel music.
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm a church boy. So
I saw that.
So yeah, I got Smith and SOJ. I do a lot of production for them.
Okay.
That's my group also. And outside of that, you might catch me on another venture with Tamika Scott.
Okay.
Yeah, you might catch that coming up real soon.
Really?
Working on that now.
You working on that now? Okay.
So really, I'm really pushing the independent right now. It's been a long time coming, working with different artists, and as I learned the business, I kind of wanted to develop my own independent situation where I could just help develop, give back to a lot of artists that's coming up.
Okay.
And just kind of develop my own lane and help cats, learn the business, because what I noticed just coming up, a lot of us didn't know the business. We didn't know the paperwork. We didn't know about publishing.
Right.
We
didn't know the behind the scenes.
None of that. You know. So once you find out, I should be getting a check.
Right.
I should be getting some royalties. Then you do your research and you kind of figure it out, and just becoming an owner of your own content. That made a difference. Just knowing how to properly understand this business.
The business aspect
as far as content and intellectual properties. Learning how to make your content, make money for you.
Right.
And I'm talking now it's kind of simple because you have, real simple instructions on how to upload songs and YouTube and all the streaming platforms. When I was coming up, we didn't have the internet.
None of that.
It
was just word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Pick up the phone, call.
Hey, I got a couple of dollars. Come on in. So you
Yeah.
just move But I think as I got older, you know, as a father, that's what made it a little bit more serious for me because I didn't want to get to an age when my daughter, you know, just say I pass away and my daughter's like, my dad did all this music, but I don't know how to, you know, get his
Right.
I never wanted that situation for her.
Yeah.
And I've seen it before. So it was on me to just take a little time off, learn this business. I can still, you know, still network, but learn the business. That way when I pull up to a situation, I know just what to ask. I know just what to accept and deny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's how you know you're serious and you have a passion for it because you have to learn every aspect of the business so you can understand, so you can know what to expect. Because that's why a lot of people fall off too because they don't know the business side of it.
Yeah. And
they didn't know that all these royalties were supposed to come to them, but they got snatched away by the people who were working for them.
Right.
So like they end up in a slump, now they broke.
And they broke,
And they broke because they didn't know.
Yes. And you have artists today, I'm talking about artists that we all know. They still looking for royalties, you know. If you
I
go on
know.
the internet
It's crazy.
Right now
I know.
and see everybody complaining. You owe me money. Even
Yeah.
Prince. It's funny because Prince would even try to put the message out, you know. Michael Jackson, you know, talking about his royalties, you know. And I'm thinking, Michael Jackson? How do you owe Michael Jackson? So if you can do that to Mike,
you could damn sure do it to me,
so
and I'm not about to let you do it to me.
And I ain't gonna lie, I was really anti major labels. I didn't really want to sign to a major label because of some of the things I saw.
It's horror stories. I've heard horror stories.
It make you you want to kind of step away, go get you a 9 to 5, but the passion was in me so much. Some just said, just do your research, start your own thing.
That's good.
You got the means, you got all the tools, you made a name for yourself.
Yeah.
Take that leap of faith. And that's for anybody. Take the leap of faith. If you know you got something special, take the leap of faith.
Right.
I see you doing it too, and that makes me proud knowing that we from the same place. So this how you do it. This is how you do it.
You have to
take that leap of faith.
You have to. You have to. Because how else will you know if you're going to succeed or not? You have to try.
Right. That part.
So to me, the only way to fail is to not try at all.
That's it.
Like, you know,
that's it.
And I refuse to be 80 years old.
Right.
I wonder
I
wish I would have. Like, I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be able to say, I did this, I tried that, I tried this.
Right.
And, you know.
Right. Whether it worked or not.
But hopefully this is my last try and it sticks all the way through. And it sticks. You know, but
and sometimes
you have
does.
To try. Yeah. You gotta try. And it's it's scary.
It is.
It's scary,
especially
trying,
when you by yourself.
When you by yourself.
But once you take that leap of faith, you like, all right, there ain't no turning back. Now.
Ain't no turning back.
There's no turning back. So let me just give it, go at it like it's my last go at it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that helps, you know. Like I'm gonna do it. You know. And you know what's crazy? People, you can't do it, y'all. You ain't got what it takes, you know. And I'm the type I like to just tell me that. Tell me something like that.
Because I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna prove you wrong. Just because you said I couldn't.
Just because you said I couldn't. Watch this.
And I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to rock with me after that. But,
right.
You know.
But don't.
But don't.
Don't. Because you doubted it. I'm not going to forget you doubted me.
You bless your heart, though.
You just said right.
we going to be all right.
God bless you. Stay over there in your negative corner.
And you know what? Honestly, to be humble, like, that's really what helps me. You know, because I try not to, like I said, walk around like I'm Jason.
Yeah,
Nobody really
know you shouldn't. No. I mean, you shouldn't.
And so I don't knock people. You know, I tell people every day I'm still a student. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I'm doing this by myself, so I don't really have the big money backing me up and all the names shouting me out and all of that. But
it's gonna come.
It's the consistency it's gonna come.
Yeah, it's gonna come. And but you can't really think about that.
I don't.
You just gotta work.
I don't.
You just gotta put in the work.
Day in, day out.
Keep doing it.
And the work is gonna speak for itself.
Yeah,
you know?
of course.
If I stop working, then chances are I'll never get to that point. You know.
So let me ask you, entering into the music industry, how did that affect like your like dating life? And I'm only asking that because I know
what you know,
that entertainment industry, it get a little wild and crazy.
Y'all want to hear this? No.
It get a little wild and crazy.
It does.
It does. And I often wonder, like, like even like big time celebrities, like how do they maintain like a good healthy relationship? And then I look at people like Snoop and his wife, Ice Cube and his wife, like especially Ice Cube and his wife. Like
Haven't they been together for? They've been together for a while.
Together since junior high or high school or something.
That's crazy, right? But
that's
dope.
Crazy. That's dope. Yeah. And I've never heard of him in any type of scandal.
Me neither.
Never.
Respect.
Snoop, yeah, big respect to that. Snoop, I think maybe once or twice I probably heard something, but they're still together, and that was definitely a teenage love. Like, so it's like, how is it complicated to kind of like have somebody that's not in the industry and maintain that? And having to fight all this temptation and
it's definitely temptation. I'm not gonna lie, being a man, it's definitely temptation.
I bet I can.
You know what? Relationships are hard by themselves. You know,
they hard. Period. They hard. Period. But then to add that on top, that has affected my, dating, just as much as well. I say it like this. Coming up. Go ahead. Need a little time. We're going to edit that though, right? Okay, all right. Yes.
I didn't know if I was supposed to keep talking. I'll wait till you finish though.
I don't know why I keep choking.
Need a hose or something?
Huh?
You need a hose?
You got one?
I don't. I sure don't. But...
We're about to wrap it up in a second anyway.
Okay.
Hopefully that was my last little episode.
That's it. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Jesus Christ. Maybe I need some alcohol in my system.
That's what you need, a little shot. What is that Crown Royal y'all drink out there? That Crown Royal?
What, in New Orleans?
In New Orleans. Oh, okay.
Now.
Douce. No? Oh, the Crown is fire. Smooth.
All right, so. Okay, so you were saying.
So, yeah, what's crazy though, in my, coming up, the girls that I would talk to, they really never knew that I was a musician. I would I would meet them, and we would talk, hit it off. Back in the day, we didn't have cell phones and text and do all this all day, every day.
Right.
You got to get on the landline.
You got to get on the phone.
And when I get on the line with you, we're going to just talk about, some fun, having fun. Just, I'm not going to get on the phone. Hey, I do this, I do that, I do this.
Yeah.
So they really wouldn't know unless I invited you to a show, or you probably came to church with me, because I'm a church musician also. Okay. They really wouldn't know. But at the end of the day, when things started to get serious, it'd be questions like, that girl like you, or that, you couldn't go on the internet and see. So you kind of, you would have those moments where it's like, I hope this girl trusts me, and then again, there were times I think I had to learn the game, as far as how women and men operate, you know what I'm saying, on that level. I had to learn. So I was getting my feet wet when I was younger, but I don't think it didn't really affect my love life negatively, so to speak. It just kind of made me more aware that what I'm doing, it can bring the wrong attention, the wrong person.
Yeah.
And because I am the type of person that I am, I'm very private and very secretive. Not secretive, but I'm just private. Okay. I like a long time. I've always been that way since a teenager. My love life kind of moved, I guess, the way I wanted it to. When I was ready to go out, hang out, date, or whatever, or settle down, I was able to do it because I would always have my own equipment at home. So if I didn't want to go to the studio, I can just
you could just go
right at home,
cool.
and they could see like he's at home, he's safe. But outside of that, just being in that environment, it would always be girls. Yeah. It would always be women.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of temptation. Sometimes I made bad choices.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I had to just walk away. I didn't see nothing. I didn't say nothing. Because you don't want the drama. You know.
Don't want the
And I can say me coming up, I saw a lot of things. I was very observant. And I knew I don't want a lot of baby mamas.
Oh,
I don't want no, it was just things I would see, and I'd be like, I don't want that.
Right. Well, yeah, that's good.
I would see girls coming up to the studio, they catching their dudes cheating. I'm like, that's so embarrassing.
That's embarrassing, right?
Embarrassing. So
but some people don't care. They either don't care or they don't think about it. Yeah. It's like they just live in the moment, and whatever happened. Yeah. It's whatever.
They don't. Yeah. So I mean, for the most part, I've never had a situation where a woman say, hey, it's either me or music. Okay. I've never had that. Okay. I usually played fair, If I knew I had to shut the music down to kind of give more attention to a relationship, I knew and I love to kick it, I love to hang out. So it wasn't a problem for me. I knew how to shut everything down. Let's go hang out, have some fun.
Okay,
and,
that's cool. Okay.
We'll get back to the music, but it's nothing like having a companion, what I'm saying, to support you, push you.
Right.
I think the only time I would really have a problem is if I didn't see that in a woman. If the woman just came and I just want some money. I just want him to, I cut you off.
Right.
So for the most part, I think having a level head and just being mature about situations.
That's what it is.
Yeah, just being mature about it. Yeah. That's really what.
But I feel like for most people that takes time and
It does.
You have to grow to that.
Yeah, you
level.
do. I started young though. I started. Once the music got to me, it was like, this is what I want. I don't want this to get women. I don't want this to even have money in my pocket. This is what I want to do. Yeah. And I'm gonna become a professional at it, and then I'm gonna be an example. That was my thing. I want to be an example to the youth, because when I was coming up, I saw examples.
Right.
I don't know if you know Mike T, but he's from Inglewood. When I saw him, he DJ'd for Compton's Most Wanted.
Oh, okay.
So it would be cats like that I would see. I'm like, I know him. That's my brother's friend.
Right. Okay.
If he did it, I can do it.
You can do right.
So I was very serious. A girl at that time, she couldn't call me and just take up all my time. It'd be like, I'm really busy. I'm really doing something. I think as I got serious, women would kind of understand, like, okay, he's really into it. I respect, and they would respect.
And that was exactly.
Yeah. So I never really had too many issues.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, thank God, thank
that's
you.
Good. That's good.
Never really had too many issues with that. But for the people that's not mature in anything, it can definitely damage your career, your reputation, and all of that. So I just try to stay solid, what I know I can do, and then make my decisions and choices based off
accordingly.
Accordingly. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, you have your own production company. Mm-hmm. And how many artists do you have now?
Right now, currently 3.
3?
Currently 3. I'm working right now to kind of build up more. I'm just networking with different people, different writers, vocalists, instrumentalists, and just trying to build a situation. I have a lot of cousins that play music.
Okay.
They're younger than me, so they like, they want to do the same thing. So I'm trying to make a production team, and then
that's
just
dope.
kind of, because I'm getting up there in age, and I really want to sit back
and
do the business and do stuff like this. Do interviews and just tell people about my life, and then that kind of helps people, that's younger than me or that's inspired to do what I do.
Right.
Just start telling my story. You caught me at the right time, because a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't know you did that. I don't really talk about what I do all the time. I don't just boast and brag. So I think it's time for me to kind of tell my story.
And look, I'm going to tell you, because I was like, so we are friends on Instagram. So, of course, there's a age difference. Mm-hmm. We didn't actually go to school together. Mm-hmm. We went to the same school right behind each other, so to speak. So I would just see him on Facebook, and I knew from Facebook you were a producer, and I was like, oh, that's dope. Like, that's okay. Dope, right? So when I started planning out my podcast and all that stuff, so like back home, I do my podcast from home. Okay. In my house.
That's what's up.
And then I had this idea, like, try going to LA and do a podcast. So I started thinking like, who can I get in LA? And I was like, I'll say, he probably gonna be like, I don't have time right now.
Nah, what I say though? What I say?
He was like, sure, when, what time, let me know, I'll be there. I was like,
you from Inglewood,
okay.
so that's
like, okay. I just knew you was gonna say you were busy.
Nah.
I said, this man is busy. He don't have time for little old me.
I made time. I said, I'm coming down. I'm coming down there.
And I appreciate that.
And I just,
really appreciate that.
Thanks for having me. It's funny when you reached out to me. I think I saw one of the episodes too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, okay. I think it was one of your, maybe the second. I'm not sure. It was a young lady.
Okay, and, probably the third.
I think it was the third. I think it was the third one.
Yeah, it had to be the third one.
But you know what I tried? I was like, that looks sexy. That whole little. I was like, that look dope. That was the first.
Thank you.
Because I got a lot of friends that do podcast shows, and they usually doing it from their couch. You know, they got. I don't even want to say nothing negative, but it don't look as sleek as yours did. So I shout you out on that when I saw it.
Thank you.
So when you asked me, I was like, oh yeah, yeah. We're not in that room, but this. But
yeah,
too.
Yeah, I love this studio setup. I love this studio.
Yeah, I like what you got, and congratulations to you.
Thank you. I'll be back.
And hopefully you have me back.
Of course.
And maybe we can talk about, some
other stuff.
Yeah, some other stuff.
Get it? I get in this business a little bit next time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make him spill some tea next time.
Oh, I got a lot of tea for y'all. I got a lot of tea. A lot of tea with some honey in it.
Some honey in it.
Yeah, make it real sweet.
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna be looking forward to that.
Please.
But more importantly, we're looking forward to these projects that you are working on now. So that's what I was gonna ask you. How do you scout your talent? Like, do people come to you, or do you like go to like social mixers to find people, to find talent for your production company? Like, how does that?
Pretty much a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. Okay.
The more and more I brand myself, the more and more I have random people. Hey, do you mix? Do you engineer? I know you produce, but they want to know what all do I do? So I have to make sure that I put it out there. It's funny because I wasn't really big on social media as far as my presence. Not until Tamika came around, and that was during the pandemic too.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, the pandemic is here. Let me, well, it's funny because with music, you can do music at home. I didn't really need to go out. Same way with podcasts. You don't really have to go out nowhere.
Right.
So as things were happening during the pandemic, I was like, you know what? I'm going to share this with my friends, and see how it's received. And then, they can support, the home team, and which everybody did. And that kind of helped me to just kind of not be so private, Let me just put it out there, share my experience, and ever since that day, I've been like, okay, let me make my own page. Let me start my YouTube. I wanted to do podcasts too. I wanted to do podcasts, but I was like, I'm not ready for that.
You're not ready for that yet?
Not just yet. No.
You have to put yourself out there on social media. That's the only way now.
Yeah, it is.
That's the only way.
It is.
Like, of course, you have your in-person situations, but social media is the biggest marketing vehicle. The biggest.
It is.
Like, you can damn near literally not get anywhere.
Right.
Without social media.
You cannot.
You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. You can't go around it.
It's
Churches are on social media.
Right.
Like, you have, like, social media is the main vessel.
Tool,
it's the main thing. There's no way around it.
Right.
So you have to get into it. You gotta learn it. You have to get your feet wet and figure out all the little tricks and everything that work for you. I need to do better at my social media presence. I don't.
Yeah, I checked. I don't see too much on your Facebook. I think last couple of things on your podcast, but
I'm about to start.
You stay busy, so
Yeah.
That's all that matters, just staying busy, but being able to share that with the people.
Yeah, you have to be able to share that.
That's what makes a difference. Like, I wouldn't have known had you not shared
exactly
what you were doing on your page. And again,
I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better.
Oh, you good. I mean,
I'm going to do better.
This the time. This is the year.
This the year.
And hopefully I can get into some some podcasts, you're gonna have to give me some tips and all of that.
Of course, whatever I know, I'll
help
share.
me out. Help me out with that. Maybe when I
course.
retire with this music thing, I'll really get serious with this.
Yeah.
And then I'll interview you.
And then you interview me.
And we'll
exactly.
talk about how you started.
Exactly.
And where you come from. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want the people to know?
You can follow me on Facebook, Jason Dees, or JD's Music. You can follow me on YouTube, JD's Music and Media. You can go on all your streaming and digital music streaming platforms and just look for the J's. You can look for Credit Crew Pablo. That's my other artist. Shout out to all my artists. Smith and SOJ if you like gospel music. Instagram, you can follow me at JD's. You can follow me JD's Music. Yeah, JD's Music on Instagram.
So that's JD's JDEES, right?
2 E's.
Okay.
J to the D to the double E, and I like to say money sign.
Money sign.
Yeah, that's an S.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Follow me there, and you know, just take this journey with me. It's about spreading love and music and positive affirmations,
as it should be,
and networking. So even if you guys want to network, I'm always open. I'm always available to network. I may be busy sometimes, but I'm always open to network.
Busy is good.
Yeah.
Busy is good.
Oh yeah. I will make time. You know.
Yeah.
If you got it like Don, I will make time. Thanks for having
I'm
me.
telling you, I was so surprised. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh no,
right.
though. I didn't know.
I
I didn't know you was. Can I say it? Class of 97.
97.
I thought you graduated with me. It's funny because I was like, I know her, but
right.
It's like I don't remember. Like
don't remember
kicking it. Like
yeah,
you know.
we didn't. Yeah.
So, but you just explained to me.
I was a few classes behind you.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
But I still knew you though.
Okay.
When you popped up on Facebook, I remember you
Like,
from Morningside.
I know that big head dude. I know him.
I remember you from Morningside.
Yeah.
But that's me. Like I'm the type of person, I'm good with faces.
Okay.
And faces and names, but yeah, I definitely remember
That's
you
what's
from,
up.
from
That's what's
Morningside.
up. I'm terrible with faces.
Yeah.
I'll be like, ain't your name? And they be like, no.
No.
I'm like, just forgive
that's
me.
not
I'll
me.
just keep pushing. Yeah. But that's
It's
good.
cool. It's
I'm glad
cool.
you remember me. I'm glad that you got a chance to reach out to me.
I'm glad
Have me
too.
in-
I
on this
appreciate
beautiful
you for
platform of
coming,
yours. Oh yeah. Most definitely.
sharing.
You gonna have me back?
Of course,
Okay.
of course.
And then hopefully by that time we'll have some more music and
yeah.
some more tea.
And some more
We're gonna
tea
spill
to
some good
spill.
tea.
Yeah. Same, more than likely, same studio, same
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will be here. Just call and I'll be here.
Okay. Sounds good. So y'all heard, follow him on all social platforms, all music platforms, and y'all already know Facebook, IG _ The Real Dawn, TikTok _ The Real Dawn, YouTube, The Real Dawn. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode. This is a wrap. And until next episode, bye.
Peace.
All right.
Yeah.